Relationship with Aaron is purely platonic and like it's a brother-sister relationship. And I don't
friend zone.
Friend zone. Straight up friend zone. And I don't know if you know Levi's last name or not, but what's your last name?
It's Julio. Is it my Julio?
Levi Julio, yeah, that sounds right.
It's Ackerman, which is interesting based on how your genetic background is for her character, and mine are very different. So I'm curious how that will eventually reveal. Yeah.
So either way, it's like ancestral, maybe, possibly. I don't know.
Or maybe they're just preemptively wanting to do a polyamorous relationship. Last name's already the same. We're halfway there, right?
So what you're saying is you want to get down with me and Bryce? Is that what you're saying?
No, the character.
I mean the characters. Right. I wasn't.
What is going on?
Awesome.
Totally just the characters.
The characters. Thank you for the question. Hi. Oh, no, I feel bad.
Get that mic. Get in there and get that mic.
What's your OTP in Attack on Titan?
Did you say you're down with OPP? What did you just say?
Yeah, you know me.
You're down with OPP.
Yeah, you
know me.
How old are you guys?
How old are we up here, I think is the question.
I think they're so young, they think the Keanu Reeves is some X-Wing move in Star Wars. Some maneuver. What was your question?
What's your OTP in Attack on Titan?
OTP.
One true pairing. And
Oh, it's that question.
Gotcha. I didn't know what that. Okay.
Could someone explain what that is?
one true pairing. One true pairing.
Ship.
Who do you really?
Who do you ship, Federal Express or UPS? First day, Priority, Express. Yeah.
One true pairing.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we know, we're thinking. We never get that question, ever.
How about Armin and everyone?
That's his secret. The whole show he's just going for like sympathy, but he's really just like kind of making his way through the entire Scout regiment.
I honestly could probably see, well, not anymore, but Petra and Levi.
That's mine too. That's what made it hurt so much.
Damn it.
Saying it because I'm sitting next to you.
No.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's mine. That's mine too.
I'm sending out a panoramic.
Yeah, Todd took a rad panoramic shot of all of you, so he's not just up here like
I was like,
texting or something.
something's happening over there.
My one true
I think I was eating.
yes, I agree. Levi and Petra.
I think that's the right answer.
I think you guys would be like homecoming queen and king. Or,
Like Petra and a redwood.
yeah, I like that.
Well, to me, of this show, not a lot of pairings come into my head because people are dying everywhere. So with that, it's like that. Honestly, that is the most emotional vibe that you get out of like when it comes to romanticism in that show. Is that clearly that Petra has feelings for Levi, and we know that Mikasa, is protective of Eren and that she loves Eren. But I don't think it's romantic. I think she's very, very overprotective, and like I wouldn't want to mess with Mikasa. But yeah, like as far as pairing goes, like. That's what pops into my head.
Can I change my answer?
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
I want Derpy Titan and Santa Claus Titan.
It's a match made in Titan heaven.
Don't forget about Herbert Titan.
They're gonna get together and make a bunch of regular people.
Levi, get your muscly arms over here.
Thank you for the question.
Thank you, OTP.
Yeah, you know me. No. You know me. Just me. All right, that's cool.
It's gotta be an AMV somewhere.
Hello.
Hi. I just want to start off saying, Todd, you and Oren and Nasir are like my favorite characters that I
Thank you. Thank you for watching. Stop by the host club sometime. We'll give Tamaki a wedgie.
He'd probably
probably like it.
And we'll rip off the head of Usa-chan. Too far, Todd. Too far. Sorry.
Honey Senpai will kill you.
I just wanted to ask Todd, what's it like being Natsu?
What's it like being
Oh,
Natsu?
God.
Okay, so what you do is, where do you live? Okay, so when you get on, in traffic, what's the longest you've been to Disneyland, right? Okay, you know the Indiana Jones ride is like sometimes the sign says, oh, it's a 30-minute wait, when really it's like 75 minutes? Yeah. You know that rage you feel right about when you're at the 45-minute mark, you're like, I can't believe it, I'm still by the Jeep. You know what I'm talking about? That rage, you take that, you dip it in sriracha. You take a fresh scorpion, you put it in the middle, because you need some special sauce in the middle. And you swallow that. That is what you use to channel for Natsu.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I feel.
You versus the original Tommy from the original Power Rangers, you or him?
What?
What? It sounded like.
What?
You?
Get that mic. Get in there.
You versus the original Tommy from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the one that's a 10th degree Muay Thai black belt.
Jason David
JDF.
Frank.
You versus Jason David
Wait,
Frank.
why am I fighting all these people?
I'm taking bets.
Because you can.
Because I want to
Because
know.
we're living vicariously through you, Bryce. We
Yeah.
all want to beat up people, but we can't. You have to do it for us.
Our panel's a transition from dance monkey to fight monkey.
Fight, monkey, fight.
Babality. Bryce Bality.
It's so true. Oh my God.
I have no idea.
You know what? You want to be a good match? Bryce versus Ryu.
Oh.
Yeah, like a little.
Okay, I just have to. I'm gonna call a little. I'm gonna take a knee. So that's a sports reference. I know sports balls. So Bryce, I just came back from Australia and we spent 2 weeks with Bryce. And Bryce, even though he is like a ninja and he plays Aaron, possibly the angriest person in all of anime, in real life he's very pleasant. Like he would never hurt anybody.
I don't think you have an angry bone in your body.
Like you could. He's not a fighter.
He loses it when he's playing Aaron. He can't control it afterwards.
Yeah, he does
Say that for his new YouTube show, Bryce Pappenbrook.
Bryce Pappenbrook driving.
No, a good Bryce show would be Bryce Pappenbrook fighting unsuspecting people. People that just have no clue he's about to get.
I totally watch that.
In this battle, to be the strongest.
It could be like instead of a canine unit for the police, it's like the Pappenbrook unit.
They let him in the back.
Unmuzzle, let him go.
They put you in a giant Pokeball this big, and they just throw you.
Bryce, I choose you.
You get out of the ball.
Muay Thai kick to the head.
Use your Muay Thai. It's super effective.
Panel go this way.
I totally did.
Tomorrow, if the lines aren't that long for you two, Bryce and Todd, I want to get a picture with both of you.
Sounds groovy. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
So do I.
Oh, thank you.
Trina has the best
The
laugh.
best
Trina
laugh.
has a very
Okay.
strange laugh.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, I think.
Yeah, I turn everyone to stone, and then you can come in.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I don't know, knock them over, and they break into pieces, and
Delish.
yeah.
Then season 2 is only like 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
So Aaron and Levi would like pop back into existence and be like, "Let's fight." Oh, it's over. Like we're done.
That's it. But what's in the basement? But then probably if that happened, that would piss Aaron off even more because
Oh,
you
boy.
didn't kill the Titans.
True.
So, then he'd be like, what? It's over? Gah! Even more.
So then it's a new show like Aaron Yeager in traffic.
Aaron Yeager fighting around the world.
He's just angry. Thank you for the question. That was a cute question.
Oh, man, I want to go over there.
Thank you.
That's too.
Line's freaking.
Oh, you are too cute.
That's adorable.
Pumpkin.
First of all, I just want to say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
And if you go to Super Target, apparently Happy Easter.
And Felipe Reyes.
Yeah.
So my question was, like, you can notice it in Attack on Titan, like all their hair colors are like natural colors
Oh boy.
and stuff like that.
I can't hear a word you're saying, sweetie. I'm sorry.
Get on that mic.
Use that
Your
AC/DC
hands away
voice.
from your mouth.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's just the mic. You have to be like
Hi, and don't move and talk. Go.
Right, so go ahead.
So in Attack on Titan, you can see how all their like hair colors are all
Oh.
natural colored. Yeah. If you were to change them to like a really colorful, vibrant color, what would you change it to?
If we could change our
I love
character
this
hair
question.
color.
Give your character in Titan anime hair, is what she said. Yeah, what color? Mikasa's would be like really red, but not like a bright red, not like a Santa red, like more like a burgundy, kind of blood red, like really tough.
Yeah.
And she would also have kind of an asymmetrical sort of cut. It's so like, detailed. I love it.
Yeah, completely off the cuff, I'm sure. You didn't all put any thought into this.
I don't think about outfits for Mikasa at all. I would totally dress Mikasa. Who doesn't? That's just me. That's just me. Just saying, she could do a little bit better. She could do a little bit better.
Well, you know, my answer is kind of boring. I enjoy being a brunette, so I would change Annie into a brunette. Sorry, guys, but I love being a brunette, right, Trina? Am I right?
I mean,
Come on.
but I don't mind wigs. No. What about you? Would you like to change Aaron's
Oh
hair?
boy.
Yeah, to a rainbow.
Angry rainbow. Really like that.
You knew that? How did you know? You're inside my mind.
What about you, Mike?
I don't know, his hair is so iconic to his character, it'd be hard to change it. So either be something extreme like crazy Super Saiyan hair, just to completely conflict with the rest of him, or like to go legitimate with his personality. I want it to be kind of like a dark blue or turquoise, with like longer and a long ponytail in the back. You know, so that's usually the brooding hair you see on most brooding characters in anime. So you probably just fit into that genre.
This is a bizarre question.
It's fun.
I'm also quite fond of Petra's hair color because it matches my own, and that doesn't happen very often. I always want to play the red-haired characters, and I never get cast as them. And this time I was, and it was really exciting.
Now we just need to see you dress up as Petra, Caitlin. Do we want to see her dress up as Petra?
Yeah.
Can I be like zombie Petra and be like,
Oh no.
Anyway, I don't know, something maybe that goes along with her name. Petra, it's a cool name, it means rock. So maybe,
Really?
you know how like gray hair on a young person, like the cool kind of, I don't know what it is.
Ooh, yeah, no,
You know what
that's
I'm
smart.
talking?
Like that kind of like sheen that's like silver, but it's
White?
like an old person
Yeah.
silver. It's like a kind of like, it's like the guy from the movie Quicksilver. He's like the Quicksilver hair, that color.
Yeah, maybe like that. That'd be rad.
I like that.
All right, Chili
what about
Bowl.
your hair?
What are you gonna do to Chili Bowl?
My hair, I would want to make like Lego hair, so I could just take it off, put on other hairs, any other hairs that I would like. That's what I would do.
Yeah. Well, my character is kind of bald. I mean, it's just... So I would grow it out and then color it all sorts of things and like Skittles because I want to taste the rainbow. Maybe even a double rainbow so I can sit there and go, what does it mean?
All the way.
Yes.
Double rainbow. I keep messing up in it.
Thank you. That was a really great question.
Way fun.
That was really fun.
That was awesome.
Hi. And I think that there's a really interesting shift happening. I like that in general, in all works of art, particularly anime, there are different ends of the spectrum. And I think that it's neat that there are boundaries that are being pushed in a different way. It's really interesting to me that a lot of young girls are associating more and more with strong females rather than just like the cutesy girls. And don't get me wrong, cutesy girls are adorable.
Yeah.
But it's just, I think that's been the most important thing to me, that I can show my goddaughter, like, yes, you can be cutesy and you can be tough and you can be whatever you want to be. And so being able to be a part of that has been really important to me.
Yeah. I have a few favorite parts from playing Annie. Like Bryce, I also had to make a lot of weird noises, and my throat was thrashed by the end of that day. But I have to say my favorite part of playing Annie was the laugh. The lab was awesome.
So good.
I was really happy with it. So that was my favorite part. But the screams and stuff, like the battle at the end, that is awesome. But I was so excited to hear the final, like how it sounded, the final product of it. So.
Yeah, all those Titan
my
noises were us. So
Wait,
we
what?
did all of that stuff, all the Titan roars and all the movement and the fighting efforts. So
What?
our throats were thrashed, and it was kind of strange. Like there's certain times where Aaron's like pulling himself forward like a gorilla. So I was doing these kind of like gorilla like growls.
Oh my god.
I've never done that before. So
That was a really interesting choice that Mike made with y'all in the pitching of it. You should totally bring that up because I don't think anybody knows.
Oh yeah. So if you've watched it in Japanese, the Titan roars are very deep. But in the English version, they're on the other end of the spectrum. And I asked Mike about that, and what he said is the bass was hitting with the subwoofers as you listen to it. So of the footsteps. So he wanted the roars to stand out and be on the other end of the spectrum from that subwoofer hit. Also, it's just creepy to hear that sort of banshee yell. I
It
think.
is,
yeah.
especially when what is it? The female Titan's foot is in your mouth or something like that, and she starts beating his head with her fist, and you just hear that like this constant growl, and it sounds like a banshee. So that's a good it's a good reference. That's a good example. So yeah, those Titan screams, man, those were tough. But yeah, playing Annie was just a lot of fun. She's usually not the type of character that I play, so she's very cold and emotionless and quiet. And kind of like what Matt said, but then I had to scream at the end, is that I was like, oh, I don't get to scream like everybody else. Oh, wait. Yeah.
That is an excellent question. Thank you.
It's a collective SpongeBob laugh.
Just let it happen. Just let it happen. So one more question. Who's next? Yeah.
Alright, so there's gonna be
This is for Matt and Todd. So Matt, could you make Levi say, "I am a sparkly unicorn"?
Oh god.
I'm sorry, this is a dare. It needed to happen.
Do I really have to do this? Fine. I'm a sparkly unicorn. There.
Now someone take that and
I
put
hope
that
you're
on
happy.
Yes, thank you. Okay, and Todd, how do you think Natsu would react to Natsu X Kajil fanfiction?
Wait, what? Alright, so that's something I need to
I didn't
avoid.
know this was legal in Fairy Tale.
But it is legal, you see.
Speaking of Fairy Tale, actually, I'm glad you brought this up. I need to say, how many people have seen Fairy Tale?
I have not finished it.
The reason I bring this up is because last night I got a call at about 3 a.m. that the narrator of Fairy Tale had a heart attack and died. So Bob Magruder, was the narrator for Fairy Tale. And he is no longer with us. And so I believe the very last job that he did, he's done over 20,000 voiceover spots. He was 83 years old. And his very last gig was narrating for Fairy Tale. So I thought I'd send that your way. If Tyler Walker, who was the director of that show, is very upset by this, as we all were, very, very tough thing to hear. So if you guys hop online or send Tyler some love, and of course Bob's family, that would be awesome. So thank you.
I got it.
Thank you for your question.
So do we have time for...
Yeah, we do. Yeah. So pretty much, how many Titan cosplayers do we have in here?
Yeah, raise your hand if you're
Like, raise your hand.
I'm not Titan.
Proud. Okay,
I'm not
Trina,
Titan.
what are we gonna do? Explain it to them.
Hey guys, so if you're in an Attack on Titan outfit or cosplay, we'd really like for you to come to the front of the stage here. And we'd like to take a group picture with everybody because we just
heck
like
yeah.
seeing everybody in their cosplay because you guys work so hard on it and you're so cool. So if everyone that is in Attack on Titan cosplay would come on up, we'd love to do a picture. Just stand right in front of the stage and we're gonna have
A really rad picture is about to
Good.
picture. It's gonna be so cool. Come on up, guys. Don't be shy.
And here they come.
Give your phone or your camera to your friend who is not dressed in a
Yep.
cosplay because they're not as cool as you.
Aw.
To take a picture. Okay, and we're gonna come around the front.
Look at all these awesome people.
Alright, Lily, get on in there. Get on in there. You can cross, guys. 2 rows.
Come on, shorter ones up front.
So just walk around the front. We're gonna do 2 rows. 2 rows.
2 rows, 2 rows.
It's like a big giant school picture. Like 2 rows.
A lot of people.
Like, there's totally room right here for people. Hey guys, if you're over on this side, we're not going to get you in the frame, so come on down here. Follow Caitlin's lead here.
Oh, look out. Hold on, let me actually. Hold on.